Chicken Fried, did it come quickly and naturally, or was it a process that
It was a process.
you had to chase down?
Yeah, it was a process. The guy that I was writing with, he had the chorus of that, and it was kind of written on a napkin, like behind the bar, and I love that. And so when we kind of had an idea of what the chorus was, then we made a list of all the things that we love about being in America and being free, and then we pulled from that list all of the things in the verses.
Like a word cloud.
Yeah. And so for the first 2 years, we had a whole nother verse that was kind of a funny verse. And then, but I knew it wasn't the right one. I knew we could beat that one. And then the patriotic verse came to me. And that's when it's like, this is a chance to like give props to all the people that have sacrificed so that we can be free here, living our American dream, so that we can be free here to play music and create and grind and do the things that we do. So it's that was a journey. I mean, it was years of working on that song, and I was playing it in bars. I was playing it every night with this other verse in it before we had the final one together. So I think it's just really not settling. You don't settle for mediocrity. If there's a mediocre line in it, then you got to keep fighting and keep going until you find the right one, and just not settling. I think that's the way you get to a good song.
How does your life change after the success of Chicken Fried, and was the band prepared for it?
Man, we were traveling in vans and sleeping against the window in a truck. I did that for 6 years, playing 6 nights a week for house gigs all over the Southeast. And I'd already written Chicken Fried and been playing it in bars. But after Chicken Fried came out, we started traveling on a bus, and I could actually lay down and sleep on the way to shows. But we were playing 6 hours a night, 6 nights a week for 10 years.
Holy shit.
That's a lot.
And that song's in the set for years of it before it blows up.
Years. But we knew. And what I had to do,
so cool.
If I had gone to Nashville and tried to go to a place that had live music to go play, I would have gone broke, because you might make $50 a night where it's saturated with great musicians and things like that. So what I did is I went into sports bars that didn't have live music. It was like, I want to come play here every Tuesday, or someplace it'd be Wednesdays, and give me a free tab, give me some food and some drinks. I'm going to play here every week, and then eventually I want to be able to take the door. So we'd have 300 people at a sidelines on a Wednesday night, which is massive for the bar owners, because you only make your money Friday, Saturday nights. The weeknights you're losing money. And so that's what we did. We built house gigs that were, in the Georgia, Alabama, and Florida, and we played 6 nights a week for 10 years. And we built these house followings, and then we'd have 300 people coming in on a Wednesday, and that moved into going to theaters and then going to honky tonks and going to other things. But most of our fans, we've earned one room at a time and put in the work to do that. And these days you can become famous off of YouTube or whatever, and then you get out in the world. But I think the greatest lessons that I learned from that was how you treat people.
Totally.
The guy swamping the bar at the end of the night would be the only person listening to us sometimes. And you get to be friends with those people. Like, I can still go into Dixie Tavern that I played in. I go in the kitchen, Alejandro, same guy that was cooking there, still cooking in there. I can go and give him a hug and see him and say, hey, but the life lessons that I learned about treating people like gold along the way was one of the greatest things. And I hear a lot of things. There's a lot of really successful artists that are out there now, and they don't treat people very well, because it was kind of like all of a sudden they're super famous and it's ego and it's all these things. But when you've paid as many dues as we have as a band, you learn the value of just being, I'm no better than anyone that works with me or anyone that I play for or any of that, and keeping that perspective. Every night that I go out on stage and there's tens of thousands of people there, I'm always reminded in that moment, wow, this is what I get to do for my job. Like, I never get, and I go home and I'm the house bitch when I'm at home. I got 5 kids and I'm running around. I'm like, volleyball dad, basketball dad, running around.
And just swiping a credit card.
And then I go out on the road and it's like, people bring me food and they take care of me, and I go out and entertain people. But every week I'm reminded that I'm not a big deal. What you can do with the right people working together for the right intentions, the right reason, and all of that is what really makes the magic.
That is so deeply accurate, and it is true. Like, to be conditioned in that way is so deeply invaluable. And yeah, like, it's a journey, but it's a journey that was well spent and will allow you to stay here for so much longer. right?
For sure. And I started probably 5-6 years ago figuring out anything that I can invest in myself to feel good, to be good, from life coaches to therapists to plant medicine to whatever I can do to get out of my own way, to let go of anything that's holding me back from being creative, from being able to be the best dad that I can be, the best partner that I can be. And it's always a series of tests and always those things. Being the leader can be really stressful and lonely at times. And it's a cross that you choose to bear by doing it. And so I'm trying to work on, it's always a balance. It's always a moving target. And every few years you have to redefine what success means to you. Early on, I was like, I want to get #1 songs. I want to figure out how to do this and do it. And so I did that for years, servicing everything that it takes to make that happen. Because you don't get #1 songs because you have a great song. You get it because you serviced everything that needed to be serviced in every one and every favor and every free show and every barbecue joint you show up in.
Yo, say that louder. People don't understand that today. Like it's so the amount of work
Right.
to get one that you can then hopefully maybe utilize some of that to
Right.
curry into another. And like
Right.
it is, the ground game is crazy.
What happens behind the scenes, people have no idea. And I love that because that's not really their job to understand the strain of it. They come and they see the result, which is a great show. And that's what our job is to give them. But behind the scenes, to go through the things and to go through the people that are trying to take advantage and the people that are trying to extort you and the people that are trying to do that, that's pretty common. I mean, there's in some form that's happening in my life all the time. And you really have to not let those things steal your joy, because I think that chaos wants to distract you from doing something great.